What's going on, everybody? This your guy Andy on Ask Your Brown Friend. Hold on, let me roll up these windows up real quick. Like I said, y'all, this is Andy on Ask Your Brown Friend. Thanks for tuning in. I usually talk about situations I get myself into, discuss how I get out of them, and just life in general. Today, y'all, I'm calling this the both sides rant, and I'm probably gonna have a couple videos on this rant because I'm not gonna be able to get it all out in a timely fashion. I don't want to, take up too much of everybody's time. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in and watching. So let me just go ahead and get out the way. My first portion of the rant, talking about both sides. First off, we're gonna talk about politics. I'm conservative. You may not be conservative. You may be Republican, Democrat, liberal, whatever. You know what? It don't matter what side you own. Right now, when it come down to the government applying or supplying relief to all of us Americans, man, both sides is playing like they don't know what to do. And that's bullshit. We all know if it was their money or if they needed help individually, they would crowdfund and figure out how to do it. But they don't think of us all that way, which sickens me to my core, because I thought this was a country where, we all are going to be taken care of if we all do what we're supposed to do. But either side, like I said, Republican or Democrat, ain't nobody looking out for each other right now. They're waiting for election. So if anybody looking for an extra stimulus check, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm pretty sure that they're waiting until election is over with before they help anyone out, either side. My next side about the both sides rant, I'm going to start talking about how I feel about transgenders in sports. Now, first off, I play sports. I like sports. Sports is awesome. Sports helps individuals, figure out who they are and how they can become better people, and also relieve stress, tension. It just does a lot for you, right? So, I feel if you're a man, and you participate in men's sports, then you are going to be competing in an arena with a bunch of other men. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't care about anybody's sexual orientation, but I feel it is not fair at all for a male who wants to be transgender to all of a sudden, participate in women's sports. Like, man, did you participate in men's sports? Did you? Because if you did and you didn't accelerate there, why are you trying to dominate somebody else's sport because all of a sudden you've become that gender? I think that's not fair. That's not fair at all. And I'm gonna clear up some other stuff. I don't know if everybody been paying attention, but people are more worried about who wearing a face mask than who's abducting children or trafficking children, which is crazy as hell. Another portion of my rant. Y'all know, I don't know if anybody paid attention, but probably like last year they were talking about girls wanting to join the Boy Scouts. That's not right. They have Girl Scouts and they have Boy Scouts. And I happen to have been a Boy Scout and a Boy Scout leader, for my children. And I feel that they're taken away from that particular group by allowing girls to join, because girls have their own separate group. So allowing girls to join the Boy Scouts because they may feel like a boy, that's not fair to the other guys that are born a guy and want to do this. I mean, I understand that there are people that feel that they are opposite on what they were born in, but we can't be pushing how we feel on other people. There's a time and a place for everything. Another thing, people look at me strange when I tell them, like, hey, you know what? I'm glad that back when I was coming up, they didn't allow men that were openly gay to be Boy Scout leaders. You know why? It wasn't because they were worried about somebody molesting nobody. Because guess what? Back in the 80s, molestation was molestation, but it wasn't as high as it is now. The 90s, same thing. But now it's the 2000s, it's like, it's okay for people to be exploiting children. And I think that is I almost said something that almost got my video just cut off. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to put it to you like this. If y'all think that, my rant is just crazy, why don't y'all look on Netflix? Look at this show. It just came out. It's called Cuties. These people are trifling. the way they're exploiting these kids. Another thing that bothers me is that everybody is like, I don't know if everybody's like caught up in stardom or wowed by fame, but how come nobody's paying attention to all these people in Hollywood who are normal people like me and you, or appear as normal people, I should say, adopting all these kids that are different nationalities? Now, first and foremost, I applaud you for wanting to help a child that doesn't have a family. But man, some of this stuff seems odd, right? Because years later, these people in Hollywood are being exposed by children saying that these people had touched them or did things to them. People need to wake the fuck up, because this is serious. My last bit of today's rant before I call it quits, y'all, is that I do not, and I mean this from the core of my heart, I do not think it's okay for people out here talking about, Black Lives Matter, but most of the stuff I've seen on the news is a bunch of white people with Black Lives Matter shirts on, doing unsavory things, hurtful things, bad things to other people. I'm going to tell you, as a brown man, a black man in America, I don't need anybody representing me in a violent fashion. I don't need nobody representing me going in places, disturbing people, causing harm to people, causing disruption. Everybody's life matters. People need to realize that whoever came up with the slogan Black Lives Matter tried to create separation and segregation, because there is no way one ethnicity is better than any other. We all matter, I'm gonna end it on that note, y'all. I still got other videos coming out where I'm exposing, child predators and stuff like that. Y'all remember, the air we breathe, it makes us all related, so suck it up and hate it. I'm Andy on Ask Your Brown Friend. Share the videos with people that may think, may be like-minded in the way we think. And if you don't like it, put me a comment down below. Maybe there's something I can do to fix, how I deliver the message. Y'all take care.